There we go. Sorry about that. Mic muted. All right. Hey, guys. Welcome back to the Beyond the Summit coverage of the TI6 Open Qualifiers. This is going to be game number 5 that Secret are playing here, and they have put up a very convincing performance so far. Last game, they did kind of get a run for their money. The Dire Stack eventually was eliminated, but it's going to be another big fight here as Secret are going to go up against Look at It Go here. We are already under the draft here, so we'll switch on over to the draft overlay in just a little bit. I'm Annie, aka AnneDroid. I am being joined once again by Syndar, and if you're interested in watching Kaipi's run, which I believe is still going on, Llama Down Under is covering that on Beyond the Summit too, so go ahead and check that out if you're interested. All right, now on to the good stuff, on to the draft. It's going to be a Doom picked up first for Look at It Go, and now Elder Titan Beastmaster let through, so Puppy, he gets his comfort hero back, and Bulba once again gets his Beastmaster. Things are looking good for Secret so far. What do you make of this, Syndar? Global silence has been used. Well, maybe flying solar for this one here. As Look at It Go, they're going on to their second pick here. Obviously, the Doom means they are going to go through, are going to get a little bit of control moving forward. So we'll see what they're going to grab up here. More control. Night Stalker picked up. They're going to be looking for a lot of ganks. And now, you know, Secret, they are kind of the gank masters themselves. They've been rotating a lot around with Puppy on this Elder Titan. So got to make sure they get something out of this.
10 seconds remaining.
All right, Syndar, if you're there, I need you, man. Please don't let me down like this. We've still got like 4 hours to go. I can't do this solo. All right, either way, we're going to move on here with the draft. More bans coming out. Secret once again banning out the Bounty Hunter. Ricky was first banned by Look at It Go, so both these teams do not want to invest in any dusts. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see what goes down here.
Sorry, I'm back.
Oh my
God,
God,
did I miss anything?
Scared me. Yeah. Me panicking.
Sorry, I have been sitting at my computer for a very long time. There were some necessities of life that needed to be taken care of. My apologies, everybody.
I'm on my like 3rd Red Bull. I'm about to join you in a little bit. But well, Look at It Go here. We talked about their very gank-oriented lineup here. They've got the Doom, they've got the Night Stalker. Are they going to out-gank Secret here?
I mean, they're going to look for it. The Night Stalker with that vision advantage, it'll be the Hawk on Night Stalker vision war. And once Night Stalker gets his Ags up, he wins that. So some potential loss of utility for the Beastmaster as this game goes later. They do have the Elder Titan, though, of course, for Puppy once again. And Beastmaster naturally will provide more utility than just the Hawk. He's going to be looking for that early Necro book once again. But, yeah, it's... Doom Night Stalker pickup is very aggressive early on, and I'm really excited to see where Look at It Go. What on earth is their logo?
I want to say that is someone twerking, witch doctor with a lot of cash, and a mound of cocaine.
Okay, that's kind of what I thought.
5 seconds remaining.
So, Look at It Go. They are definitely soaking in the memes here. But we'll see if they can actually support it with some awesome playstyle. I mean, these guys have ground their way through 4 rounds of open qualifiers so far. They are by no means a weak team, but we'll see if they can take on Secret.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough road, but the Elder Titan pickup, especially, I mean, we've already seen what Puppy can do on this. They do ban out the Drow, though. So we're not going to be seeing that again from Secret. Maybe they can pull out some different kind of cheese.
Oh, speaking of cheese, banning the Terror Blade there. Don't know if it's appropriate, but certainly something to get off the table.
Death Prophet again. Was it Eternal Envy who played this last time? It was.
Yeah, it was. Are you eating?
Sorry.
You got mush mouth going on, sir. And now Look at It Go. On to their 3rd pick. They need a formidable mid up against the Death Prophet. I think DK could be a really great pick here. He's just so survivable up against the Soul Siphons, up against the Crypt Swarms. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, these are tanky guys. And Doom, one of the heroes that Death Prophet kind of like, it's an interesting scenario. If you get the Doom off before the Exorcism comes out, then it's great. But if you get it up after, it really doesn't matter anymore for the Death Prophet. So it's kind of, if Doom has the good initiation and can find the right Doom before Eternal Envy blows that ultimate, then Look at It Go could have a big advantage in the team fight. But if he doesn't, then Death Prophet gets to run around, do whatever she wants. And I mean, we've seen Exorcism. It isn't necessarily a guaranteed one fight, as especially against a tanky lineup. Doom Night Stalker already picked up, so they've got a lot of HP to burn through, but it does help a lot. And Soul Siphon as well. I mean, the hero isn't even just all about that exorcism anymore. Soul Siphon is almost her new ultimate. It's just such a good spell. And even being nerfed into the ground, still very strong.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you can soul siphon off
10
multiple people at once just means,
seconds
the more people that run at her, the more survivable she is. And when you've got a lineup like Look at It Go,
5
you're probably going to
seconds
rotate in a
remaining.
Night Stalker, you're going to rotate in the Lion, you're going to rotate in whatever mid you have. And that's just 3 good targets for a soul siphon, so she's just going to drain all their health
Dire
and
team
feel real good about that. Again, Puppy is a machine on this Elder Titan, just walking around, stomping up every which way. And now Witch Doctor to follow up. This is going to be a Highlight Eye Witch Doctor. We've seen him play it twice already today to much success, and I am really full-heartedly behind Secret's lineup because
10
I've seen it
seconds
perform. We haven't
remaining.
seen Look at It Go. These guys could be the Lord of the Ganks.
5
You never know.
seconds remaining.
And like we already talked about, we are into the best of 60 or round of 64. So every single time,
Radiant
it's a little
team
more
back.
experienced teams, a little more teams with better skill in general. And Murano will be the next pickup. Honestly, I kind of wouldn't mind seeing Secret go for a. Just checking, it's not banned. Faceless
10
Void
seconds
for the
remaining.
off lane and run Beastmaster jungling. Actually, hold the
5
phone.
seconds
Never mind, that's not
remaining.
going to happen. There's a Witch Doctor. I'm an idiot.
We like you anyways. But last pick
Thank
here
you.
is going to be the Arteezy pick. I think he's going to want to pick up something big, something beefy. Emperor Spirit is what he picked up in the first round, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it again. It actually does pretty well up against the Night Stalker, up against the Mirana, but the Doom is a big concern. If he gets that big silence off, you can't zip around to your remnants. So
They
maybe
do
something...
have a lot of control for an Ember Spirit. They've got the silence from the Night Stalker, the control from the Lion as well. Maybe it's tricky. There is a lot of stun. And you probably don't want to go. I mean, we've seen him play Ember, we've seen him play Sven. The Sven, his problem is not so much the stuns, but the kite. They can move around him fairly easily. He needs to be on top of heroes. So I'm really curious to see what they'll pick up. Maybe they go for something that completely new that we haven't seen yet for this qualifier.
I really like this ban on the Timber. I think Look at It Go could have gotten a lot of utility out of that and, thrown it in the mid, just absolutely shredded apart the Death Prophet. But now that's out of the pick, so Look at It Go. If they are looking to pick up a mid,
10
if this is going to be more of
seconds
that off lane or core Mirana, what do they go for here?
That's a good question. Okay, there it
a
is.
Sven.
It's the Sven.
All right, so it is going to
Radiant
be a
team
position
pick.
1 Sven, position 2 Mirana, and that means either Doom or Night Stalker taking up the off lane, which is a bit peculiar. I mean, Doom is very survivable. Night Stalker has the potential to get really crazy early levels, but you're going up against what's going to be an Arteezy carry. You got to bring at least some huge zoning
10
potential, or he's going to start
seconds
snowballing out of control.
They could potentially look to run it as a sort of dual
5
aggressive lane. You can
seconds
run the
remaining.
Doom in the enemy woods, and then he can roam out to sort of switch farm with his Night Stalker.
Reserve
They can
time.
alternate. The Night Stalker can pick up an Iron Talon, and they can sort of take turns being in the woods, being in the lane, share some XP, and put some real pressure out on whoever they do get for the safe laner of Secret. And I like the Sven pick here. Okay, it'll be a Slark. Eternal Envy Slark.
No,
No,
Arteezy Slark.
Arteezy Slark. Okay.
He's on the Death Prophet, but
Yeah.
I really do like the Slark pick here. I think it's very boomer bust, and Secret, no, it's going to be on them to get a whole lot of momentum rolling before the Sven comes online, before the Night Stalker can gank effectively, before the Doom gets his levels. So I think Secret, they've definitely got the work cut out for them to win every single lane, but they've got all the tools they want to do so.
Yeah, and Arteezy Slark, it's a very aggressive hero. Can pair well with the ganking potential of a Beastmaster and Elder Titan, but they do have a lot of control for a Slark. He's only got one Death Pact, they've got multiple stuns, and they've also got the Doom. So there is great potential for the Look at It Go lineup to control Arteezy in this game. And Secret, it'll be on them to give him a good early start so he can start snowballing.
10 seconds remaining.
Absolutely, so we're loaded in. Let me go ahead and take you guys out of jail. And there we go. All right, so, this is going to be a much more even game than we've seen before. Again, the first 2 games were like 27 a billion, whatever, to 0. But the last 2 games have been kind of close, and I'm starting to fear for Secret a little bit. I mean, they've got crazy good execution. Now they have a draft they're very comfortable with, but they're going up against a team that's also fought their way through the same amount of rounds. They've got the same amount of momentum moving forward, and they've got to be energized at the thought of going up against Team Secret and potentially knocking them out. Now, what's their best strategy to do that?
For the Dire side, you want to, be able to put some pressure onto Slark in the laning stage, potentially with the Doom and the Night Stalker. Then once the Night Stalker hits his level 4, you want to roam aggressively, get some kills, get some pickoffs, not let Puppy do his thing on the Elder Titan where you can just wander from lane to lane and get kills. And the Sven will farm very, very quickly. So he will, if he can have a good time in lane, if he can find a good timing for his early items, and then they can look for some fights. It's really going to be down to how effectively they can protect their lanes and gank the enemies. If they can get some ganks onto the Death Prophet early as well, slow her down, then Eternal Envy will struggle to be able to provide as much in the game. And he needs to be big because Slark, not a frontliner, he's going to be jumping in and out of the fight. They need someone to fight around, and that's going to be EE. So if he's squishy, if he doesn't have the power to sit in that position, it could be a problem for Secret.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the Death Prophet starting already with the null tally in the 3 branches, so getting her stats up and ready to go. And now Puppy starting once again out with them wards, starting with the boots first build, so going to be very, very aggressive like we've seen before. And yeah, I mean, it's looking good here. Slark, he's going to be picking up a lot of tangos, so anticipating just sticking into the wave, taking a lot of damage, perhaps up against what could be a Night Stalker Doom dual lane, like you mentioned. And we'll see what's going to go down here. Is there's going to be a full 5-man rotation. Are they sitting on any smokes here? Looks like
Spokey's got one.
There we go.
So this could be an early kill. Do we see the first game where Secret give up first blood instead of taking it?
Well, it could be a potential here as Slark actually going in very aggressively. He doesn't have anything skilled. Could go for the pounce, but he's going to reveal he will. Oh, pouncing out of the Stormhammer. He will still take that Void, so he's going to be taking a lot of damage. Not going to connect with the arrow. They will have to back off and look somewhere else for this, but that was very scary. Secret definitely not playing on the aggressive line right now, and now Spokey actually going in very deep. We'll just eat up a tree. Yeah, he might have gone a little bit too deep there. Pilot Eye throwing out, clicking around. He does still have the cask if he wants to level that. Now they're looking to go onto Mirana. Again, casual harass on all these heroes. No real commitment just yet. Although now there's the cask bouncing every which way. It will connect onto the lion as well, but they're looking for the Mirana. She doesn't have the leap. She only has the arrow. She'll have to shoot it point blank if she does shoot it at all. But no, it's just going to be a back out as Radiant, they secure their dominance here. They were given a little bit of a runaround from the Dire, but Dire not finding anything for it just yet.
Yeah. And if Pilot Eye had just been slightly closer, he could have got that cask. But in the end, they don't get a trade. There will be no kills going either way. And who got the early runes? Was Sven for the Dire side, but Eternal Envy gets one for the mid on the Death Prophet.
All right, so that's going to be Death Prophet starting things out here. A little bit of extra moolah going forward. Mirana mid up against the Death Prophet. Mirana should be able to back off and play this one really, really safe, farming up with those arrows like we see there. And Eternal Envy probably won't find too much kill potential out of the lane, but should get some decent farm.
Well, if he goes for an early point in silence, there is actually some, but that's on the Mirana to just kind of misplay it. If she saves her leap and doesn't use it aggressively, she should be in fine shape here.
All right, now Arteezy given a whole big chunk of freedom as up top we are going to have the Doom looking to farm up, looking to get this camp going for himself, but we'll find out that it's going to be blocked. So unfortunate for him, not going to be any creeps to dip back into.
I hear the cast bouncing. It's just creeps though. Pilot Eye, he wants his farm. And it's going to be down to just Arteezy to zone the Doom.
And now there's going to be the Stomp coming out once again, just focusing on this camp, getting a lot of experience here for the supports. Now they might have to go and help Arteezy as he's going to go 1v1 Mal on the Doom, but not any real damage coming out of that. I'm surprised they're not looking to turn this. Secret, they got to get early blood, and they know this. Now they are going to bring in Pilot Eye, who does have the cask at the ready, but no real follow-up here. They're not going to commit the Puppy Stomp. They need that Spirit first, so he's got to get that level 2, and it should come out after this wave.
Yeah, that gets a lot easier. And now, all this while, meanwhile, Bulba's been farming up in the jungle once again. So, again, we see him not risking going to the lane, knowing that there's multiple stuns there waiting for him. He will just go for that guaranteed farm. Trading the free farm on the Sven, though, not ideal. And Sven, a hero who can use this early farm very, very effectively. So, I'm really looking to his farm, how much my mech can get, and when he starts making some rotations, making some moves.
Absolutely. Like, you can't leave the Sven alone for the first 20 minutes. They're going to have to rotate Puppy and friends in at some point. The problem is then you have to leave your own lanes a little bit desolate. And Arteezy can take care of himself, but you got to make sure the supports are constantly getting levels. If they're rotating around looking for ganks for 5-6 minutes, then they're going to be starved compared to the supports of Leg.
Yeah, and Mal has rotated out of the lane on the Doom. He's farming up in the jungle, so this does provide some opportunity for Puppy and Pi to roam. They haven't gone for that play yet. I imagine they want another level or two. But once they both have 3, there is decent kill potential for them elsewhere. So we'll look to see if they make that play again.
All right, again in this mid lane, looking at overall farm, it looks like Mirana not quite getting as much out of it as Eternal Envy, which, you know, having to play back, having to play safe, and only having that arrow off cooldown every couple of seconds means it is a bit more difficult to go through and look for those hits. But Eternal Envy also just incredibly mechanically skilled.
Yeah, he has the damage advantage as well. The Mirana sitting at only 62, while his Eternal Envy has 73. The attack animation for both is about equal. And Eternal Envy getting a lot of harass out.
Yeah,
I like how
that's
far
what a Death
back
Prophet does. And actually has that Spirit Siphon going to be slightly out of range, but just the right clicks doing so much work. And we are going to see Core Column actually having to bottle up, play very, very safe. Is going to be flying in bottle crowing up.
Yeah. And the problem with this lane is, sure, Core Column, there's not a lot of kill potential on the Mirana, but if your mid player is going for this Ags build, then you're really committing to this early sort of magical damage from him, as we got a bit of a DC. So sure, you're still running a Sven, but they do have tools to kite him. They've got the Boar Slow, they've got the Slow of the Soul Siphon, they've got the Stomp. They've got ways of making sure that Sven can't get on his targets. So if this Mirana falls off and isn't able to get that early burst damage to keep herself in the farm game, then Secret have a real shot at just winning the game, even if Sven gets huge.
All right, now, yeah, speaking of getting huge, he's already going for that armlet, already has the Helm of the Iron Will, now not stopping for boots, which, you know, you like to see those brown boots right away, but Sven definitely prioritizing that damage, making the most out of this lane, because you can pick up boots anytime. Sometimes you don't get the farm to pick up a free armlet at 3 minutes in.
Yeah, you're not sure how it's going to go. I think the Sven is actually going to go for Helm of Dom early, so he can stack his Ancients.
Okay.
And we have seen that build a couple times, skipping the boots if you're in a free lane, just for that earlier creep. If you can get a big stack of Ancients at the sort of 6 or 7 minutes mark when he's got his ultimate online, it can be really nice.
All right, so down bottom, Maul once again getting some really nice levels out of this. He's already level 3, but his counterpart here, he's more of a jungler than an offlaner, is going to be sitting at level 5. And now there is going to be a big stomp here onto Mal. Puppey barely scraping by with his life. Can Doom get anything out of this? He goes in and turns to get the first blood, silent on this Doom. Now Arteezy could be in some trouble getting whacked on by Spooky here. Pylai doesn't have any stuns. He's out of mana. So Spooky will be going on, running through, not going to get a kill on the Slark, and not going to find any trades there. At least asserting some map space for the Dire, but you really didn't want to lose your Doom there.
Yeah, and Puppey just denies to Roshan, gets the free trip back to Fountain, so he'll be just fine. Beastmaster has his Tranquils online, so he's going to be able to be very efficient, although he is scouted out by a deep Dire ward. So if they see him low, they can potentially make the rotation in. Unfortunately, with the Doom back in base, actually no, back in bot lane, and Spooky on the other side of the map, it's a bit too slow. And he will regen up thanks to the Tranquils.
All right, now Doom getting very close to that level 4, which means he's going to be picking up some points. I'm surprised he hasn't picked up the Infernal Blade yet, I guess prioritizing more points in that Scorched Earth, but well, it might catch up with him here. He might just need that zoning potential of Scorched Earth. We saw if he had it, he would have gotten the kill onto Puppey there on the Elder Titan.
Yeah, he's... the Infernal Blade too, it's such a value point early on. I'm a little bit surprised by the 1-2-2 build, or by the 1-2-0 build, I should say. Not getting any Infernal Blade, because that could have been the kill too. Now, top lane, they catch out my mech.
Yeah, goodbye, Sven. Your free lane means nothing when you're dead. Now, Death Prophet is actually getting quite low here. Bulba as well. Might end up falling here. Spooky looking for something here. No points in the Crippling Fury. He's getting drained down. Just has to sit there and take it from the Death Prophet. Double kill. Now they're looking for the Lion as well. The Soul Siphon comes back on through. He's got the Earth Spike. He's just going to go for the TP, and he will have to just die. Death Prophet now with 3 kills in under 20 seconds. That's going to be an awesome start for Team Secret. They have now gone 4-0, and that's going to be a 3-0 Death Prophet getting some serious harass onto the top tower with her Exorcism still rolling. So that is the power of Team Secret's lineup again. Heroes they feel very comfortable on, and meanwhile Arteezy's farming. Yeah.
That was a beautiful rotation from EE. And once again, I mean, they know the Sven is getting free farm. They know they just can't let it go on forever, so they do find the time to make the rotation. Nymek gets caught out under his own tower.
Speaking of rotations here, Bulba might be letting it roar here. Doesn't have that primal going through, but he's got some raw damage there, just sitting back and, well, punch down. There is going to be a leap to the high ground, but the cask locking him in place. Puppey getting the kill there with the Elder Titan Spirit walking on through, and that's going to be another 5-0 start for Team Secret. They're feeling good about this one.
Yeah, and once again, Pi has been involved in 4 of these 5 kills, so he's almost level 6. Great timing for him. Puppey, similar position. He's almost level 6, despite only being involved in 2 kills. And again, all the pressure elsewhere on the map means Arteezy is getting a free time. He's the weakest of their team early on, but because the rest of his team is roaming elsewhere, the Dire don't have the resources to go contest him. And he's just such a hard gank now that he's hit his level 7.
Yeah, I mean, even with RTZ with only 1 kill participation, he's actually sitting second on the net worth chart just because of that free farm. And now, Slark is such a snowball hero, arguably like him, Huskar, some of the most snowbally heroes in the game. But he does need kills to get going. When do you think we see the RTZ train start rolling? Is it going to be after his first big item pickup, or...?
Yeah, usually you farm the lane until you get something like a Shadow Blade. And then you can start making the rotations and really get the most out of them. Although, with how well his team is doing, he may look to move out earlier, but my guess is that's going to be his play. He wants that first big item to secure that when he does go for the rotation, it's a guaranteed kill.
Absolutely. You got to make sure you don't give up anything as the Slark. Now, RTZ, I mean, he does have that point in a Shadow Dance, so he's got that safety net if he needs it. He's going to be sitting back. He's got himself almost 1,000 gold to work on his item. Do you think Shadow Blade or Blink or what?
Shadow Blade's probably the build.
A whole Primal Roar up top. My mech once again in a heap of trouble. Going to take the cask. He goes in with the Warcry. He's trying to run away. He will pop the Stormhammer onto Pylai Die, but that's not the target that's going to kill him down. It will be Eternal Envy now, 4-0-1. This Death Prophet, I mean, good golly. She is ripping people apart with her Ghost, and now the Ghost is focused on the tower. That's going to be a tier 1, and that means Sven loses so much of his space. He can no longer jungle up safely, and that's going to mean Slark, Beastmaster, Death Prophet, hell. They even have so much more room to rotate now. Down bottom, there's going to be a Pounce. Doom has to sit there. He's level 5, dies just before he ticks over to 6. Very, very important loss there, and now RTZ feeling safe about that one. It did go the way of Eternal Envy, but he picks up a secondary support.
Oh, Poppy. Maybe feeding first blood here, though. The double Starfall will secure it from Qual.
Secret lost, man.
Poppy, his first death of the Open Qualifier? I'm not sure that's true.
I believe it is the first death of the Open Qualifier for Puppy.
Oh boy, we lost, boys. No, it's still a fine trade, and they're looking to pressure the tier 1 bottom a lot. Eternal Envy has been rotating like an absolute champion, and this is not something you often see from a Death Prophet early on. A hero who does like to sit in the lane, pressure her own tower, but she's been joining up with the rest of her team, and that has been working out so well for them.
Oh, she might get caught here. There is going to be that Void here to stun her up. She still has no points in the Crippling Fear, and she's actually just going through. She turns this. She gets off the Soul Siphon before anyone gives her any bother, and now there is going to be a Moonlight Shadow, maybe looking to either back off or reinitiate, but they've got to make a choice soon. If the tower
really want this
going to be melting very, very low, and now, okay, Spooky, going to be going him on through. Nice ward there, trying to bait out that Moonlight Shadow. They get the reveal, and now there is going to be a kill. Beastmaster takes up the Sven on the top lane, but down here, that's going to be the first of the game. Popped out onto Eternal Envy. Can she live through this? All her mana is dry, and that's going to be RTZ just left alone against 4 heroes. Pylai Die, there's not much he can do. He has the cast on cooldown, 4 seconds on that, so he's going to back off now. They get the kill. Okay. That's going to be huge here. There's going to be an Earth Spike here. RTZ can't afford to go down. He doesn't have his ulti. He's going to have to cut his way through the trees. He's going to be stuck there, just trapped between a rock and a hard place.
Nice
Pounces
bounce.
to safety. He's super low. They get the kill onto the Night Stalker. And now RTZ, he's alive for now. He's waiting on his ulti, but they are going to be going through Doom, looking for something, hunting for something. And he's going to go through. They do have the cask on Pylai Die, but he doesn't have the mana. He only has 1 charge on that stick, so that will be the end of the engage there. They drop the Night Stalker, and against all odds, Slark ends up living.
That was so freaking close, though. That was almost a terrible engagement for Secret, but Pylai Die with the Voodoo Restoration turned on, protecting Eternal Envy, and RTZ with that clutch jump away at the last possible second. Now, Bulba could be caught. He goes for the TP out, but my mech is there with the right clicks. It's not enough. He pops his God Strength, and nothing comes of it.
Yeah, I mean, he stopped to pick up his power treads, which we were talking about the choice of the boots on Sven. He does stop to go for that, but that means so much delayed progress on what will most likely be the Dominator. He still hasn't picked it up. He's about 300 gold short.
Yeah, I think he realizes that he's not just going to be able to free farm for the first 20 minutes. He's going to need to be able to help his team. So goes for those early stats items, but yeah, things looking very rough. The Sven, who had that fantastic free lane, is now sitting behind all 3 of the cores of Secret.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of net worth, the top 3 heroes are going to be on the side of Secret. In fact,
Smoke. Bulba leading the way with that Roar online.
Oh, he goes in. They're going to catch up the Lion here. Mirana could actually look to reinitiate, but the silence is super on point from EE. Just ripping apart the Lion. He is sent back to hell for what looks to be the 2nd time. So he hasn't actually been feeding a lot, but he hasn't really been participating in the kills either. In fact, Lion, he's only level 5, just ticking over to it. So that Finger of Death is way offline now. There is going to be no arrow connecting, as Mirana is slightly off the mark on that. The final Fortify coming out for the Radiant, looking to defend this tower, but there is no more support. It just delays the inevitable.
Yeah, just another really clean rotation from Secret. As soon as Eternal Envy, his ultimate is online, they immediately look for a pick near the tier 1. Oh.
Speaking of picks here, we are going to have a really nice stomp once again for Puppey. It pops out the Earth Splitter, but it is going to be slightly off the mark. Not going to catch anyone here. They got the Soul Sucky onto the Night Stalker, but he's going to walk away. The Moonlight Shadow will save him for now. Walking underneath the Sentry Ward, though. Oh, he does not know that's there. Now the Moonlight Shadow ends. There's going to be another Soul Siphon coming up, and looks like finally Death Prophet will secure a 7-0-2 streak.
Random Sentry near where the tier 1 used to be, and he was not expecting that. At that point, you're just like, wait, are Secret using wall hacks? Like, how on earth do they know I'm here?
Yeah, that was already placed. That wasn't placed down for the Moonlight Shadow. That was just casually sitting there. Now, okay, Slark just going through, ripping apart the line. Now, Bulba could be in some trouble. He does have the ult in 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Can he live? He's looking to turn this 1 sec, but he gets cleaved down. He will end up falling. Now, my mech fighting with the last breath of life, but it is going to be him falling down with the rest of his team. The only survivor was the Doom, who was nowhere nearby, just sitting here in the bottom lane saying, hey guys, I'm farming, don't take fights, but they didn't have much of a choice. The Secret just ran headlong into them.
Yeah, and they do find another pick onto the Beastmaster, slowing down his book too, but he's still in great shape. And they take a 4-for-1, always going to be worth it. Doom, maybe the next choice is Puppey rotating in looking for him, and Sark is here as well.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to go through. They're going to get the pounce. There is a Doom online, but will he even get the reaction time to cast it? It's such a long animation. There's going to be a stomp. He is just kind of sit there and take it, and will get plopped down by the Slark. And that's going to be Slark now securing 3-0-4 as his KDA. We talked about the Snowball hero, and, well, he's started rolling.
Yeah. Now, Sven does pick up his full armlet now, so it's a bit slow, but he does finally get there, and that ups his presence in these team fights. But
so I deserve an apology. It's not a Dominator. I was right.
Yep. You are the better caster.
Oh, I don't know if we can go that far. But over here, we are going to have Bulba. He's invis again. He's got that smoke. He's looking for a pick and might be able to find it here.
Oh, Courier.
The Courier was down. That was 1,200. I believe that was a point booster.
Yeah, working on the Ags for the Mirana, who is just so poor.
Oh.
And now we'll get brought down yet again.
I mean, she does have the lead. Oh, nope, no mana.
No mana.
Goodbye. She's slowed down. She's just running for her little life, but her cat bird thing can only carry her so far, and that's Bulba. Now 2, 1, and 7. We saw that earlier kill be so demoralizing right as ult came off cooldown, but he makes up for it. Now Pylai die, dropping the base here. We've got Eternal Envy to combo up, and that's going to be once again another dead Doom. He's only gotten off his ulti once this whole game. And it's going south for the Dire pretty quickly here in terms of overall net worth. We are now about 12,000 in favor of Team Secret.
Yeah, not by any means as dominant a lead as they've had in other matches, but it's getting there. We're approaching that point now.
Oh, there's going to be that God Strength coming out. Eternal Envy goes in. Nice drain on her, keeping everyone alive. The stomp comes through. Puppey. Oh, God, he's so good. And now my mech going to get dragged down. There's an Earth Splitter to secure the kill as Core Callum TPs into the Earth Splitter. The Exorcism still rolling through. There's going to be a point-blank arrow. A nice Earth Spike. Eternal Envy, I might actually pay the ultimate price for this. There's no more heal coming in. The Buddha Restoration only does so much. Now Eternal Envy taking some tower shots will be alive. Just barely scraping by with sub 50 HP. And now looking to turn things onto the tower. The Exorcism will heal her up completely. Secret, they're making big plays and they're not getting punished, and they will end up securing most likely another victory this game.
That was just godly from Eternal Envy. Knowing his hero limits to the number. Like, how many HP did he have there at the end? Trusting that he would not take any more tower shots, that Puppey would take the aggro for him, and then he would be able to get out, use that Exorcism heal to get right back into things. Unbelievable play from Eternal Envy. And he is just styling on the Death Prophet this game. What a showing from him.
Absolutely there. And, you know, EE has a very wide hero pool, very competent player, but he is just rocking out the Prophet. I'm hoping we get to see more of it, along with Puppey Elder Titan. I want to watch this every game, all game, forever.
Desperation Smoke coming up from the Dire side. They're going to move towards the Roche, and they may actually catch someone out here.
Oh, but the scan reveals it. Radiant are so freaking on point. They know what's coming. They're actually going to wrap around. They could look for a counter gank of their own. And it looks like they are going to go through up the river, heading for some picks before they want to go for the Roche. There will be a smoke popped. They know something's coming there. The Hawk scouts them out. Now they're going to go corner into the trees. There is going to be the pipe up. They're looking for something here. There is going to be the Death Prophet getting drained down. There's Doom coming out. Arteezy in some trouble. He does manage to find a kill onto the Lion now. Okay, Eternal Envy getting low, but she's just draining herself. Back up to full health. She's going to get stunned in place by the net creep of the Doom. And looks like she's still fighting. She's still up. It's going to be a full wipe. It looked like it could have gone bad for Secret so many times, but she's still alive. Eternal Envy will not die. 12-0-5. Now picking up an Octarine core, because what the hell else are you going to do on this Death Prophet?
Yeah, Eternal Envy, more like Eternal Life. He will not die this game. He's gotten solo so many times, and that was even them catching Puppey in the trees with a full duration arrow, preventing him from stomping. That made me think that, okay, maybe he's in too far now. He was relying on that, but no, he's fine. He's got so much farm that it doesn't even matter, and they will be able to take out a lane of Rax here. Sven not up for 10 seconds. By then, his tower will be down.
All right, another exorcism coming up to secure the tier 3 tower. The Rax just crumbling down. I mean, this is just raw damage. The exorcism coming up. They don't even have any negative armor, really. And, you know, we talked about the potential for the Sven to take this late, but he's only sitting on, you know, 10, 15-minute items, and it's just not enough to go up against the start that Secret had. Now, every single one of their heroes are higher up on net worth than every single one of the Dire heroes.
Yeah, and they rotated on the Sven mercilessly. They knew that was a weak point, and, well, here we go. Another kill, another lane of Rax.
And look at the buyback status. Every single Radiant hero has it. All the Dire are too poor. So my Mac, this is his last life. There is going to be the Roar to hold him in place, to take him down. Now Sven down for 45 seconds. I don't think the throne stands as long as Maul. He's going to be sitting back. He's going to be taking a lot of damage. He's trying to kite for all he's worth there. In fact, they're just... Secret are kind of letting him go. Now they're going to be playing with their food as they pick up another kill onto the Doom. And now No Die. Not quite living up to that name here as he cowers in face as the rest of his team has just crumbled before him.
When you said No Die, I didn't even realize there was a hero on the Dire with that name. I thought you were referring to Eternal Envy. Come up with
That's his new name, like screw EE, it's going with No Die now. But what a amazing showing for Secret. Now, last game, they were still very much ahead. They did secure a very nice lead, but it was a bit more of an even match. The other team got some picks, but this was a very, very clean sweep for Secret. They've got their momentum moving forward. They've got another best of 3 to go, or rather another best of 1 to go into today, but after that, that will be a clean day 1 for them in the open qualifiers. One more Secret game coming up today. Stick around. It's going to be right here on twitch.tv/beyondthesummit. If you're interested in watching Kai P's run, which I'm unsure if it's still going on, it will be on twitch.tv/beyondthesummit too with Llama Down Under, so go ahead and check that out. For now, we're going to hop into a very brief break and on to some more Dota 2 Open Qualifiers action. Stick around.